It's the old landscape way, but we can do it this way. Share the video, get watching, get commenting. Let's talk Antoine Griezmann first then, being as I've messed up that. Antoine Griezmann's after the Manchester United number 7 shirt. I think it's abundantly clear. The sound is working because everyone else can hear you. Yeah, he is. He's after that Manchester United number 7 shirt, I feel. Robbie. Oh, come, I'll get Robbie in a minute. Here he is. There he is. Morning, Robbie. Ignorant, just like Arsenal fan TV. Vertical video. Mark was on the Stellars last night. Look at his eyes. No, I wasn't. Sound is fine. Good. Okay, it's very wet and muddy, so I've got to watch my footing. But Antoine Griezmann, let's get on with this. Antoine Griezmann's Manchester United number 7. Obviously, in the week we had the Atletico Madrid president coming out saying that we're a small club. We must be the smallest, biggest club in the world. But I just feel that it's just trickling through, but it's definitely a deal that's going to happen. The number 7 shirt is free. His brother keeps doing stuff. No, I called my dog Robbie before Arsenal fan TV. He's always been called Robbie. And refresh it if it's not working, Swansea Jacks. It's working for everybody else. And yeah, so I really do feel that I've got live comments on here, which I've never normally had before. So there we go. It is working. There's got loads of people watching. So let's have a look. Yeah, I've got loads of 4G, so it should be working. Sound interference, that quality though, not working, Mark. It is working. It's fine, says Connor. Give Griezmann the number 7. Okay. I've had it working before. I think I'm going to go back to the old way of doing this because it's just a bloody joke. It used to work a hell of a lot better. It's working fine, you goon. All good. Right, I'm carrying on. Yeah, so Griezmann to Manchester United, I really do feel that it will happen. It's sort of trickling through. The number 7 shirt is free. Atletico Madrid are absolutely crying in their porridge every morning, trying to make out that it's not going to happen. And I just think that will happen. The Griezmann into the United team, I think people are getting. I don't know what people feel about this, but I got quite frustrated. It's only Watford. I've had so many people on our video from yesterday saying, "Oh, it's only Watford," like it was only bloody Leicester last week. I just think it's just ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is Manchester United, who've dropped points at home to Burnley, Stoke and others, and then we absolutely destroy a team at home who last week went to Arsenal and won and are a decent Premier League side, and they moan about it. Oh, it's only Watford. I mean, it's good that there's no pleasing, but I think yesterday we deserve a big shout out, and I think from Leicester as well we deserve a good shout out because it was a really good performance, and I was really happy with it. And I think I'm not happy that we're still in 6th place. I mean, let's talk about the top 4 for a moment. I'm not happy that we're still in 6th place, but it's only February. We don't play a league game for 3 games now, and when we do, we will be back in the top 4. I think Liverpool have got Leicester away next. We've got Bournemouth our next game, and when we play again, Arsenal play Liverpool at Liverpool. So it will happen for Manchester United. It's just a patience thing. I actually love the fact that all these clubs keep calling it saying 6th, because it's going to come back and bite them on the backside so much, because nothing happens in February. You don't get handed out the top 4. You don't get the title handed out in February. They just make me laugh. They absolutely make me laugh. And as for Spurs against Liverpool, I don't know why anybody ever thought Spurs were going to get a result at Liverpool. Just look at history. They are the perennial bottlers of the North. They leave their spines at Watford as they're going up on the train, and they never turn up. I knew they would lose that game. I knew Liverpool would think they were going to win the title again just because they won that game. And what's the matter? Where? Oh yeah. And yeah, so I've got no fear of that at all. We will be in the top 4, and you look at the result. The thing is, it's just the short-minded thickness of other rival fan clubs that they go 6th, because they're setting them up for an absolute fall. I mean, obviously we might not finish top 4 if we don't keep winning games, but the way we're playing at the moment, it's there for us to win. And yeah, we've got a tough run in, but by then I think we'll be firmly in the top 4, and it might not matter. We might be able to go to places like Arsenal, Spurs, and get a draw. and that might be fine, because the run of fixtures we've got between now and April are all winnable games. Whereas Liverpool play City in March, they play Arsenal in March. These are games that they can't both get 3 points for, but we have got games where we can. So I find it hilarious. It's so short-sighted of them that they're not looking at their fixture list and realising that, yeah, we might be in 6th at the moment, but we're 2 points. We're 2 points off Manchester, off second place. The stream is fine. If you're having problems with the stream, it's probably something to do with your internet, because this is a YouTube live stream and you've got comments and everyone like that. But we're always live. And apologies if you're having a bit of lag on it, but it is absolutely fine with a lot of people. So get better internet is what a lot of people on the live comments are saying. We don't play for 3 months. We've got 3 months. That'd be nice. It's like Liverpool don't play for 3 months. I mean, Jurgen Klopp, the way he's approached this Premier League season is just so arrogant. So arrogant the way he's done it. Get out of all the cups and then they don't play a game for 2 weeks. So ridiculous. But I'm happy United are playing every game. I mean, I felt last week, I don't know what you all think, but last week was just brilliant because we beat Leicester, but it just felt really weird not having a game until the Saturday. I like United to play midweek and night. I mean, if you're a Liverpool fan, you must be bored to tears. Their next game now, because they're out the FA Cup, is not for 2 weeks, and that's great. And I'm sure they're all sat there this morning eating their Weetos and their Cocoa Pops saying, yeah, we'll be really fresh for the Leicester game. We've got over 2 weeks off. But it's we'll go across that field, I think. We won't go over the road. Oh no, we can go over the road. And so yeah, very happy with what United are doing, and we've got a great squad. I'm going over a fence here. This could be comedy. Got good balance though. And yeah, so we're very happy with the way things are going for United, and I'm happy that we're playing games. And yeah, we might get a bit tired, I accept that, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Top 4 then, I must just cover that. What do I think will happen with top 4? I think obviously we're going to have to go up there because it's too muddy. I think obviously we're going to have to accept the fact that Chelsea have won the titles and they're definitely going to get top 4. I think Liverpool, why would somebody's saying cover your mic? I mean, why would I cover my mic? You can't hear me then. Idiots. And you're making me throw my thoughts. Chelsea definitely top 4. I've got to accept, as bad as I don't like it, I think Liverpool will get top 4 as well, because they've got basically, you know, a week off at least between every single game, and their game is the Klopp master plan is basically what we used to play in the playground when we were 5. Everybody chased the ball, and I'll turn the wind off for those who it's bothering. So yeah, I think Liverpool will get top 4, although I do think we'll finish ahead of them. I'm not going to give you positions. I do think we can still get second, but my top 4 would be Chelsea, Liverpool, City, and then United. I don't think Spurs will get it. I've been saying that for a long time, and I really do. I don't think they'll get top 4. I think yesterday they just showed that, you know, they're going to beat teams like Burnley and Bournemouth comfortably, but they're not going to beat teams like Liverpool and Arsenal and teams like that, because they'll bottle it. That's what they've always done. So yeah, Arsenal won't get top 4. I don't think. I think they've got some tough fixtures, and I think they're scraping some really lucky results at the moment. And I think Spurs, I mean, it's no coincidence, North London clubs, bottlers. So yeah, I think it'll be us, City, Chelsea and Liverpool for top 4. I can't see any other way. If I knew where the microphone was on my phone, I probably would cover it up for you. I think it's at the top, isn't it? I wonder if that'll help. Let me know if that helps for you. I think there's something on the top of my phone there that looks like a mic. It's not meant to be Star Wars Episode 8, this, with high HD graphics. It's a United Ramble. We do a lot of stuff in the studio. This is something a little bit different. So drop a like on the video if you like it, and if you don't watch it. What else do I want to talk about? De Gea to Real Madrid. I think we're trying to get him to sign a new contract. Fully expected to try and get him to sign a new contract. And oh God, nearly dropped my Wi-Fi. I don't. If someone knows where the microphone is on a Samsung 6, I can. Found it. There we go. Found it now. See if that helps for you. I don't like this view on it. I liked the old one. I really did like the old one, where it was you could live stream in landscape. Video quality is good. That is better. All right. Says AWS. Spot on with the mic. Good. All right. Well, that's better then, isn't it? It's all trial and error. It's nice to have the live comments up. On the old way I used to do it, I used to be able to live stream, but I couldn't get the live comments. But what I don't like about this, I've covered the mic up, Mr. E, now. If it's not better, it's not better. Griezmann hasn't signed for sure, David. Obviously, we're just covering the fact that I think the comments this week from Atletico Madrid sort of confirm that they can't keep hold of him. For those who aren't aware, £89 million. Doesn't matter what they do, they can't stop him signing for Manchester United because it's a buyout clause, which you get a lot of in Europe. It is very windy. It is very windy. You're right. Apologies for that. I tried to turn it off before I came out, but the switch is stuck. So £89 million and he's ours. I think he fits into the team perfectly. Well, a couple of things I want to talk about on the Sunday night show is Rooney and Carrick not used yesterday. I'm not wrong about the buyout at all, Adam Wilkinson. Please tell me why you think I'm wrong, but I'm not. He has got a buyout clause. Rooney and Carrick, I want to talk a bit about that tonight. I think we've got Kev and Alex coming on. End of an era. Is it right? Do you want them to stay? Is it time to move on? I think it's a massive conversation to have. Robbie's running around like a twat at the moment, but I will get him on. Morning to Beck. Man management of Mourinho, definitely want to talk about that a bit. Squad rotation, what do you want to see in the next 3 games? No league game for 3 weeks, 2 Europa Cup games, an FA Cup game. Surely Schweinsteiger needs to play. That's what I really do think. I probably haven't got screen rotation on, so that's probably why I haven't. I'm learning with this. This is a new way of doing it, so that will help. But if I can get Robbie. He's in the backdrop there, look. He runs off like a madman. But yeah, this is a new way of doing it. It's good because the live comments come up. You're going to get a bit of lag, unfortunately, because it's live. But it's a ramble. We started doing this at Christmas and you lot really enjoyed it. So hopefully you do enjoy it. The wind seems to have subsided. It's really cold. My hands are hurting. Robbie's here now, look. Robbie, hello. What do you think about your little spat with Gary Neville? He's coming on, isn't he? Brilliant marketing, that is. Getting a United legend on an Arsenal fan channel, boosting their views and subscribers by hundreds of thousands. Get yourself on full-time Devils, Gary, and be a bit loyal, that's what I say. Bloody joke. Arsenal Fan TV must be running absolutely. They just put pantomime acts on every week and make fans look like idiots. Jump on a comment that was totally innocent by Gary Neville, get him to come on your show. Must be running all the way to the bank. I hope he's on commission for that. This is, I mean, just very quickly about that. I mean, I joke a little bit, but I have noticed it. I don't know whether anyone else has noticed this. The way Steven Gerrard's right up Manchester United's arse now. It's like, I would hope that the audience of the United Stand, or I know the audience of the United Stand, are very intellectual when it comes to football, because it's certainly not lost on me the way like absolute United haters like McManaman and Gerrard, they're now pundits, and obviously they need to be popular, and Manchester United have got a huge fan base, so they shove their heads up our arse and expect us to forget that they hate Manchester United. It's just all so manipulative. I mean, I will never say anything positive about Liverpool. I like some of their fans and I'll have a bit of banter with them, but I can't stand them as a club. I'd never say anything positive. I'd never want them to do well. Or I'd never sit there after a Liverpool game and go, oh, that was scintillating football. It's just not in my makeup to do it. That's what real support is, isn't it? But are you ever going to go to a Manchester United match? I've been to plenty, thank you. Paul Merson loves us now too, says Kev McGee. It's all manipulative, mate. I mean, he's been getting so much stick off United fans for a number of weeks. His agents in Sky will have said you need to be a bit positive about United. The ratings are going down with your United fan status. It's very manipulative, but I ain't got a problem with it. That's what telly's about, isn't it? I'm looking quite tan today, aren't I? I'm looking forward to the Sunday show. Really looking forward to the Sunday show tonight. Be nice to have a couple of guests and the live comments up and you lot talking about stuff. I do want to talk about Jose Mourinho's man management. I think it's, I said this on the watch along yesterday, and I know a lot of you go to the games and stuff and you probably don't get to watch the watch along, and we get a different audience. So I've got no issues repeating this. Mourinho is a fantastic manager, and we obviously know a lot about him even before he came to Manchester United, and I feel he will win the title next year and he's going to be a success. But we don't know everything about him because we've never had him manage Manchester United before, and I think we're always learning little different things about him. And I think one of the great things that we've learned, and it's frustrated a lot of us, is his man management. He's amazing. I mean, some of the things he's done this year, like turning Rojo and Jones into defenders, and you know, utilising Fellaini correctly, dropping Rooney and making us not reliant on him, brilliant. The Mkhitaryan management at times was quite frustrating because it was like, oh, we're going to sell him, you know, he's fit, he's not even on the bench, and then he comes back into the team and he's suddenly one of our best players. He's just done exactly the same with Anthony Martial. We thought, you know, the press jump on it, is he leaving? And then it's like he gets his chance and he's brilliant. There was like I said on the match reaction yesterday, there was a piece of play yesterday. Robbie disagrees. I'm sure he is an Arsenal fan. Look, he's just belligerent. A piece of play yesterday that I think will have pleased Mourinho more than the assist and the goal was the bit of play where he tackled back and then played a 40-yard pass, because that's not really his game, but it was yesterday, and that just shows the hard work, as Mourinho said, that he's putting in on the training ground. It's like what Mourinho does with certain players where he senses an issue, whether they're good or not. He like breaks them down, drops them, makes them realise who's boss, and then suddenly they come under his spell. It's brilliant man management, and it's benefiting Manchester United. Next on that list, I know everyone's going to say it anyway, it's certainly on mine, Luke Shaw. Can he break Luke Shaw and mould him to the left back we desperately need? Love Daley Blind. I thought he was shocking yesterday. I think he's been shocking for the last couple of months. I don't know what's gone wrong with Daley Blind, but absolutely dirty little dog. She's getting mucky. I'm going to chuck her in a bath when I get home. But yeah, I think Luke Shaw hopefully will be the next one. It is quite windy again now. We must be in a wind spell in this part of the field. Yeah, but hopefully Luke Shaw will be the next one. There's no excuses for Luke Shaw if he doesn't do it. I mean, Mkhitaryan's managed to do it. Martial's managed to do it. I feel like I'm doing something from a film there. Martial's managed to do it. Mkhitaryan's managed to do it. I know, it's Luke, isn't it? My father had it. I had it. My sister has it. You, Leia, are my sister. Rest in peace, Princess Leia, by the way. Love Star Wars. But yeah, so Luke Shaw, I don't feel sorry for him. I want him to be left back, but I think Mourinho showed that if you work hard, you will get in this team. Oh look, we've got somebody commenting about 6th place again. I love it. I actually love everybody saying 6th, because I just think it really is so naive. Do you not look at the fixture list? Idiots. Definitely come May, and most likely come April, we're going to be top 4, and you're going to be, you know, all these 6th comments, you're going to make yourself look like the little silly little boys and girls that you are, supporting shit clubs, thinking you're actually ever going to be important, because nothing's won in February. Nothing's won in February. I remember the season when we won the league title off Newcastle, and they were all saying champions and this, that and the other. I think we were a bit closer than 12 points by this time, but certainly in January we were 12 points off them, and they were, you know, they were like, we're the champions, this, that and the other, mocking us. Who won the title in May? You know, when you watch football long enough, you get experienced, and when you get experienced, you start to realise, even though it's common sense, that you don't start gloating about league positions in January, February, March, even April. It's where you are in May, and keep saying 6th, because we won't be 6th, and even if we are in 6th, so what? I'm very proud of where we are at the moment, because we were in 6th in November and we were about 10 points off 4th, 10 points off 5th. We're in 6th now and we're 2 points off 2nd. Realistically, 6th place means absolutely nothing at the moment, because you're 2 points off 2nd place and 6th. So all those idiots who are going 6th, I find it absolutely hilarious, to be honest. What do you think we will win this season, Mark? Says David Deemer. Let's take some of your questions for the last few minutes. Make sure you drop a like. I do these rambles. We've changed it slightly today so we can have live comments on there, but it's not been perfect, and I know why, so the next one will be perfect. And remember, we're live tonight at Sunday night at 8:30. So, what do I want us to win? What do I think we'll win? I think we'll win the League Cup. You know what, though? I'm going to say something a little bit controversial here. We'll go down this way. I'll say something a little bit controversial, just to be controversial. No, I am, you know, I'll say what I think. We've got Southampton in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks today in the League Cup final, and I think we'll win that. However, 2 weeks after that in the league, on a Sunday, away, we've got Southampton in the league. I think it's more important that we win that league game, because you don't get in the Champions League for winning the League Cup. I'm sure Mourinho and I'm sure a lot of fans will say, no, the League Cup's more important than 3 points away to Southampton. But actually, we've got a massive opportunity to be in the top 4, and 3 points away to Southampton, which is one of our most difficult games in the next 2 months. I obviously feel it's more important to get those 3 points. FA Cup, I think because we're in the League Cup final, we'll win that. I would sacrifice the League Cup and the FA Cup, obviously, for top 4. I'd like to win the Europa League because we've never won it. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, there are, quite rightly, we had people on our live comments yesterday saying you're going to get fucked up when you're in the league, when you've got Europa Cup and League. And I think Mourinho's got to use the squad, but it's going to be very difficult. Be interesting to see how he approaches Saint Etienne on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to it. Is he going to play the first team? Is he going to get that first game won and then play the reserves in the FA Cup like he has been? I think that's the way he will go, because we haven't got a league game for a long time. So I'd expect us to get the Saint Etienne game won, and then the second leg's on the Wednesday. You can probably rest a few for the League Cup. Really exciting time, really exciting time. But yeah, I think top 4's Champions League's got to be the priority, and if we're looking back on this in May and we've got an FA Cup and a League Cup winners medal and no Champions League, I think we've got every right to be disappointed, because as it stands at the moment, the football we're playing, the return to form of key players like Martial and Schweinsteiger, and the people on the bench like Rooney and Carrick and the experience they bring, we've got, no Champions League in May, and I think it's a failure. No matter what we win. And to be honest, the only thing we can win and not get Champions League football is the FA Cup and the League Cup. We've got to get Champions League, yeah, 100%. Griezmann to Manchester United isn't confirmed. The title of the video is Griezmann wants the Manchester United number 7 shirt, which I think is abundantly clear to everybody. And Atletico Madrid, the statement this week from their president, for anybody involved in any level of business, whether you're selling petrol at Texaco or you're a high-flying dealer selling shares in olive oil to Popeye, from a business perspective, them comments from the Atletico Madrid manager were embarrassing, calling us a small club, and just stunk to high heaven of the fact that it's frustration, embarrassment, and they cannot keep Griezmann at the club because he's got a buyout clause and they know he wants to leave. We've got our number 7 shirt free. He's a Manchester United fan. His best mate plays for the club. We can afford him. He would enhance our squad and our first team. Yeah, he's coming to Manchester United, we all know that. De Gea worries me. I've spoken about him already this week. If he goes, I'll be very, very disappointed. I won't hate him because he's been a brilliant player for us over the last few years. I think if we'd lost him 2 years ago, we'd have been finishing mid-table because he was our player of the year. But we're not so reliant on him now, which is a brilliant bit of management by Mourinho. We would miss him because for me, he's the best goalkeeper in the world. But Donnarumma from AC Milan fits in with what Manchester United are trying to do, getting hold of marketable top-class players, and he's certainly that at 18 years of age. I don't think he's 18 yet. We can replace De Gea. Do I want to replace De Gea? Do I want him to go? Of course I don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did go, although at the moment I would say I don't think he will. Poor connection here, which is annoying. You're always relying. If De Gea goes, what are your replacement? Donnarumma. Manchester United should sign Aubameyang from Dortmund as he's better than Antoine. Oh, that's another thing tonight as well. Not only are we going to be talking about some of the things that I've said, like man management, Carrick and Rooney, and is it the end of an era? Because I think that's a really big question to talk on, and we like to get a bit of debate going on a Sunday night. A big thing from yesterday, and I think the nature of a Manchester United fan is always that even when you're winning well, there's always room for improvement, and that's bred into us, who've supported the club through the Sir Alex Ferguson reign. No matter what happens, there's always something else to go for. What I want to talk tonight about is, if anybody picked up on this, I've been mentioning it for a few weeks now, no matter how they play, he never subs Pogba and Zlatan. Pogba, not really got an issue with, but Zlatan yesterday, wasteful. Some people were giving him 5 out of 10, even though I gave him an 8, because I thought his hold-up play was quite good, but the finishing was off. Yeah, why are we not taking him off with 10 minutes to go and getting Rashford on when we're 2-0 up and the game's won? He will never take Zlatan off. Is that going to cause us a problem in tighter games where we're not winning 2-0? That's the subject for later. But thanks, everybody. We're going to block Arsene Wenger, so don't worry about that. We'll sort that out later. But thanks everybody for watching. Please do drop a like if you like the Robbie Ramble. Obviously a few issues with this live stream. We don't normally have it, but I know exactly why. And I shall speak to you soon, tonight at 8:30. Thanks everyone for watching. I enjoyed that. I'm going to watch it back myself and see where we had a few issues on this. But the main thing was to get the live comments working on a live ramble, which we couldn't have before, which we do now have. So drop a like, please share it, and I'll see you tonight at 8:30. Lots of good issues to talk about. I'll be having a glass of red wine. Please do join me if you're old enough. Rooney and Carrick, what's the future? And Zlatan, and also a few other things. But get commenting if there's anything else you want us to talk about. And also, we've got a like challenge for the Skype Gold Bridge tomorrow, which I think you're all going to love. I'll speak to you later.